Mickey's at Disney's Contemporary Resort, waiting for our name to be called. It's the return of the buffet. Buffets are back. We're here for the breakfast service of, again, fun time character breakfast. You can't even see the Mickey. I'm going to zoom in on it. Look at this view we got. We got the best table in the house at Chef Mickey's. Castle, Big Thunder, Astro Orbiter, monorail's going by. This is great. We're all the way we're on the weird side that goes up against the windows that's under cover. I love this restaurant and how weird its layout is. It's the best.
Spooky ride.
All right, so upon being seated, we're already given our autograph card. I mean, the characters will still sign the book anyway, so you could bring your autograph book, but this is I just love all the art they did for all these new autograph cards. This is great. They're all on the monorail. In the section you can't sit in, but nonetheless, it's very cute. Also very cute is this morning cocktail list, which many parents probably need. Traditional mimosa, cranberry orange, peach bellini, the blushing mimosa, the chef's Bloody Mary, salted caramel cold brew. I think I've had that one. I like that. Hazelnut cold brew, red berry bellini, southern honeysuckle and cream. I want southern comfort in the morning. Let's do it. White chocolate cold brew and an almond cold brew. Those are the seasonal ones. All right, at the buffet, there's Mickey display bread. Oh, bagel chips. You got the cold stuff, the charcuterie board. Lots of cheeses, meats, salmon, capers, diced red onion, lemon wedges, hard-boiled eggs, crushed avocado spread, cherry tomato salad, quinoa, cottage cheese, honeydew melon, cantaloupe, watermelon, pineapple. Again, we got red grapes, strawberry yogurt, raisins, dried mixed fruit. And this is supposed to be the kids' station down here, so we've got the ubiquitous potato barrels, the infamous Chef Mickey scrambled eggs, and chicken sausage. And that is a big plate of ketchup. So even though you would start at the cold, people went the opposite direction. Smoked bacon, strawberry sauce, and blueberry sauce. Not for the bacon, mind you, it's for the pancakes, which are going to be over here to the left. You'll see in a moment. Pancakes are made right in front of you. Is there anything more satisfying than a grill full of pancakes? I don't think so. Griddle. Can you tell I don't cook? We have a carved beef brisket and a carved pit ham. Here's the carving station right here. Wow. I assume that's juice for it? Right, back to the more typical breakfast fare. Mickey waffles, French toast sticks. A lot of both. Just piles and piles of both. There's a tofu scramble, frittata, corned beef hash, pork sausage and bacon. We're starting to see some repeats. I'm going to go back this way and figure out what I haven't seen so far. By the way, I live for this 90s colorful aesthetic. This is everything about my childhood in Disney World. Probably all summed up in this purple. That purple is my entire childhood at Disney World. I think this is the only thing we missed. There's cheesy potatoes. There's cheesy potatoes and biscuits over here. I think it's going to repeat otherwise. I think we've gone far enough to where it does. Yeah, okay. We did go far enough to where it starts repeating. But we have the pastries over here. Warm banana bread pudding. There's a fresh one. Look at that fresh one back there with the caramel sauce. Danishes, mini croissant, mini muffins. Oh wait, I assume these are mini muffins. Although those are very much Mickey on them and not mini. Confused. That's a cinnamon roll. And then turnovers. I guess this is supposed to be these are the mini, they just put the name mini. If they're going to be mini muffins, they probably should have bowls, right? Or bows. I can't talk right now. This is the anarchy of Chef Mickey's trying to film and speak at the same time. It's not working out. Wow, this whole station just been turned into a merchandise display. That's wild. I don't know why. This used to be where you get ice cream. Now there's a lithograph here. The whole dessert station got turned into nothing. I love all the Mickeys, all the weird art too, right? It's fantastic. What a fantastically weird place to dine. All right, let's get some food. Okay, I've made some plates from like the first 2 to 3 stations. First up is going to be I just took you guys to the buffet. I forget we do that now. But I've got some of the cold station stuff, the cheeses, the meats. I love that there's bagel chips. I also love, we didn't really see this, they have the bagged breadsticks, which I feel like are such a holdover from a past generation of Disney buffets. And then we get into the only thing I took from the fruit area was the quinoa, because I figured, fresh fruit is fresh fruit, right? Potato barrels, chicken sausage, pork sausage. We got some potato hash there, the bacon, and the famous Chef Mickey eggs. They're less watery than they were when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to ask them for a cup so I could drink them. The server often didn't think it was very funny. Hi, Goofy. Thanks, Goof. Hi. As you can tell, we have beautiful lighting thanks to this big window behind us. But it's all right, folks. You've seen the food. We're just gonna let's see how it is. I'm sure the cold cuts and all this stuff is fine. I'm in darkness again. I can't duck in to take a bite, or we'll lose the lighting. I mean, who doesn't like bagel chips, right? It doesn't mean that you have to come to Chef Mickey's. All right, we're gonna keep trying. The auto is gonna have to be the way we do this, but. There's nothing wrong with any of the meats and cheeses. I'm glad they're offered, especially at breakfast. I know that might not necessarily be everyone's favorite thing to have at like 7 in the morning is a bunch of cold meats and cheese. I don't know, European crowd, it's more of a thing, more than an American crowd, I feel. Let's try the hot stuff. And as soon as I say hot stuff, I have quinoa in front of me. Quinoa is actually very good. A lot of fresh fruit in there. I'm a big fan of the quinoa. Onions. Very nice. All right, the eggs. Scrambled eggs. Disney scrambled eggs probably aren't good, but I've become so accustomed to them over my life that I like them. They're probably not cooked correctly, but I think they're enjoyable. Nice salty potato barrel, cooked well. Let's try them. I'm curious about this chicken sausage at the kids' station. I wonder why it's at the kids' station. Is that just more of a... Are kids afraid of pork now? Is that a thing? Do you have kids? Why is the chicken sausage at the kids' station?
Probably easier to eat. Might be less fatty.
It's definitely chewier than a pork sausage.
Maybe they made a mistake. My kids would look at a sausage and say
it's
no.
labeled correctly. Real chewy though. flavors are there. It's really nicely spiced. It's peppery, but it's just so chewy. Let's try the pork one now. Knife went right through the pork one like butter. Gristle and fat. I mean, the pork sausage is as you would expect it to be. Yeah, the chicken one's just so tough. Nice crispy bacon. And then we have a potato hash. It's very good. A lot of salt from the... I assume it's just diced pork in there. That's what it looks like to me. Knowing them, it's probably just the sausage, like, grinded.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, but if that's the case, it's perfectly enjoyable. Not the healthiest thing you can eat for breakfast at Chef Mickey's, but I wouldn't tell you not to get it. This is a weird mix of plate, but the bready stuff was next to the carving station, so I have pancakes, French toast sticks, and of course, Mickey waffles next to the beef and the ham. Oh, it's Donald. Hi, Donald. Oh. Thank you, Donald. All right, everyone, time for more backlit video. Here we go. Master vlogger. Just call me that. Let's start with the beef. It looks so dry. It just doesn't look appetizing. This is what we do at WDWNT. We try it so you don't have to. Literally, there are like pieces of the middle of the meat falling out as I try to pick it up. Like they're just falling out. That is hands down the worst piece of meat, not only in the history of Walt Disney World. Thank you so much. But that I've ever had in my entire life. I've never had beef where the middle is like brittle, like it's just falling apart in pieces. It's like it has scales. It's pretty vile. Pretty vile. Do not get the beef under any circumstances. Okay, I'm gonna try the ham. I mean, at least the ham looks normal. I mean, in fairness, that's the Chef Mickey's I know and love. It's back. The ham is perfectly fine. It's well cooked, it's juicy, it's tender. The sauce is on the sweet side. It's a nice accompaniment. Yeah, ham is good. Good enough to eat, which is not what I can say for the beef. I've never seen scaly beef before. It's so weird. So weird. Now it's time for my notoriously dry breakfast items. I never use syrup. I don't like syrup.
You don't like syrup?
I don't like the stickiness on the hands is off-putting.
Never had chocolate.
I'll occasionally have syrup. I think it says a lot if they're good on their own, though. If they don't absolutely need it. I think the pancakes are... I mean, she's making them right there in front of everybody. And they're replenishing them pretty quick, so they're nice and fresh and fluffy. It's a nice pancake. They've got a sweetness to them on their own. I will now be the man in the shadows eating French toast sticks. They're a little tough. I don't know if they're overdone or they're probably just been sitting there for a hot minute.
I haven't seen a lot of people take them.
They're real doughy, a little tough, but they're not bad. Again, if you're gonna put syrup on them anyway, my review's irrelevant. They're good enough. They're good enough to have. They are thoroughly covered in powdered sugar. They went all in. And now the Mickey waffle. I just remember there was a review where I said that I've never had a good small Mickey waffle at Disney World, and then since then, I feel like all the ones I've had have been adequate. And this will be no different. It's not the best Mickey waffle at Disney World, but they're made well. They have the crispy exterior. They're soft on the inside, a little doughy. No. Very enjoyable. They've come a long way. I feel like maybe they listen to people. I don't know. It had to be a common complaint that the Mickey waffles are always just so overdone. Hey, Goof.
Molly, let's try one more time.
Thank you, Goofy. Hi, Pluto. There's just scraps. Do you want the scraps? Yeah, it's your favorite? Yes. You want a Pluto hug? There you go. Pluto, I love your little skillet.
He's cooking something good. Biscuits in the oven.
Watch him rise. Thank you, Pluto. Hi, Minnie. Look fabulous. Oh, thank you, Minnie.
You gotta put your hat on.
I have to put my hat on?
Put your hat on.
I have to put it on a large size because it's meant for children and not for me.
It's so cute.
Thank you, Minnie.
I love it.
Thanks,
Bye,
Minnie.
Immediately take the hat off.
We got the this is the plant-based station, I would guess you could call it. The frittata and the tofu scramble from there. Maddie's got the good stuff over here. This is the pastry station. How are we doing, guys? We're doing great, thank you.
Donald twerked for us. It was great.
Yeah. he got into that. And I was like,
I liked it.
I was like, you.
Welcome to our beautifully lit food review. Welcome back. Okay. We got the mini muffin that's not themed to Minnie because there's Mickeys on it. But I guess that's what Minnie looks like with the bow off anyway, right? Is that sacrilegious to say that?
I don't think I could ever think of her without the bow.
Because then it's just Mickey.
Yeah. I've been ruined. Thank you.
I thought it was either going to be a plain muffin or chocolate chip. It's cranberry.
Oh.
I feel like children would be angry. Is it cranberry and raisin? It might be bold.
No.
Try that bit that's left. Tell me. I think it's cranberry and raisin. Oh, yeah. It's maybe all three. It's at least cranberry and chocolate chip.
You're gonna need to get another one.
We're gonna need another one to find out. I think this is the turnover. No, it's not bad. Soft and doughy.
Is it an apple turnover?
It's a red gel. It's definitely not apple. It's a fruit. I'm having a hard time identifying what fruit. It's not apple. Is it guava? Yep, now that you said it. All right, the bread pudding. Oh, their caramel sauce is fantastic. I mean, it's real simple, but it's very good. It's almost like a salty sweet. The bread pudding's pretty standard, but it's very well made. It's real soft and it's exactly the consistency you'd want it to be at. A little bit of sweetness, not overbearing. And the caramel sauce, I put a little bit on. I wouldn't overdo it. It's again like a salty sweetness that is enjoyable from the whole thing.
Did it eat banana?
There are chunks of banana. I don't think I got it in that bite, but there's one. Nice fresh chunks of banana in there, yeah. I mean, typical Disney croissant. I'm sure it's good. Yeah. Buttery, flaky. Good enough. Which is going to be a recurring theme of this review. In fairness, many years ago, I don't think good enough would have been the words I used for Chef Mickey's, so it's a step up, honestly.
What is that?
I assume it's apple.
Yeah, it's definitely apple, but I didn't know if it's apple Danish or apple.
Danish. I feel like people might be upset about that one. It's on the art. It tastes very artificial. The apple. The pastry itself is perfect. Again, flaky, buttery, crispy exterior, soft inside. But the apple flavor might be a little artificial. I'm sure people will like it. I don't find it off-putting, but I feel like the apple pastry snobs will come for it. Cinnamon roll. Better than Gaston's Tavern. But I don't even think that's an accomplishment. It's actually the most stale of the pastries up there. I'd skip. It's so heavy and kind of stale, and there's so much food up there. Don't waste the space on that. All right, let me try the plant-based stuff. I think this is what we're ending on. I think this is it. The tofu scramble. The plant-based eggs are inoffensive. If you can't eat real eggs, it's a decent substitute. Same with I assume that's Impossible sausage. That's what it tastes like to me. Nice fresh peppers. Arugula? Spinach. Yeah, spinach. It's a nice solid plant-based offering. That might be one of the best things I've had this morning, honestly. Let's try the frittata. Is the frittata plant-based or just a regular frittata? It just happens to be next to the scramble.
I think it's a regular frittata. It did not.
Yeah.
It's not labeled as plant-based.
It's not good. It tastes like like a slightly melted block of cheese. I don't. Is that goat cheese on the exterior?
Yes.
Maybe that's overpowering it. And then the consistency of the frittata is just not what you would want it to be. It's kind of like a block of cheese, and so that combination just really feels like a slightly melted block of cheese.
I think there's goat cheese in it as well.
Yeah, probably. So like I love goat cheese. This is not the goat cheese flavor I'm looking for. It's real sharp and kind of bitter. I'm not a fan. That and the beef, or what did they call the beef? What was it?
It was a carved brisket.
Carved brisket. Yeah, the brisket and the frittata would be the only two things. Maybe the cinnamon roll. The only things I tell you to stay away from. Otherwise, everything else was fine. It was edible. It was good enough. Say it with me at home. Good enough. Drink every time I say it in the review. Hi, Mickey.
Does that look familiar, Mickey? Yes, Mickey
Yep.
saw that. Mickey signed that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mick. Thank you. I like that.
And now look right here, gentlemen. So what's your signature dish, sir?
Microwave popcorn. Yeah, about all I can handle.
You gotta cook it just right. The secret
Thank you,
is
Mickey.
cooking under 2 seconds.
Thanks, Mick.
Al dente.
Good. So the buffet is back, obviously. I think it's better than before. Like if you're expecting a gourmet meal from Chef Mickey's, you're eating at the wrong place. But Chef Mickey's is one of those rite of passage things for Walt Disney World, right? If you're coming first trip, or you have young kids who haven't been yet, you have to do Chef Mickey's. It's I contend it's the most quintessential part of the Walt Disney World experience. If you had to summarize Walt Disney World to someone, I think Chef Mickey's kind of summarizes the experience. It's all the main characters. The meet with Mickey, I kind of like that they moved it to the plate. I don't know. There was a total of 2 items on the buffet I would tell you not to eat. The rest is at least all good enough. And if the food is good enough, then the characters were great. The interactions were fantastic. Even though we didn't have kids with us, everyone was super fantastic. And then we watched the people with kids near us. The characters spent lots of time with them, are really accommodating of very large groups. And I mean, this is the best of the best for the characters at Walt Disney World, right? So in total, I'd say it's expensive, and it's not the best meal you're ever going to have, but it's like Royal Table. It's one of those things you have to do at some point, and maybe more so than Royal Table, something you absolutely have to do as part of your Walt Disney World experience at some point in your life. So I recommend Chef Mickey's if you are on board for the characters and the aesthetic and that photo with Mickey with the big plate. But otherwise, again, don't come thinking you're gonna have the meal of your life.